Hello and welcome back to the ISDA AGM studio. My name is Mark Gheerbrant and I'm delighted to be joined by José Manuel Campa, who's the chairperson of the European Banking Authority. Chair Campa, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the completion of the Basel III reforms in the major jurisdictions, including the EU, the US and the UK, is at different stages. How concerned are you about some of the differences in timing and content, and how might the recent consultation by the European Commission help improve that alignment?
Yes, thank you for the question. As you say, the timing and in some jurisdictions, even the outcome of that process is still a bit uncertain. That's a source of concern, absolutely. But at the same time, I remain reassured by the commitment that I hear from all relevant authorities that they will implement in a faithful and complete manner the Basel standards, which I think will help us all to keep open financial markets. So I hope it's just an issue of timing. And as you said, the consultation of the Commission is precisely trying to make sure that we in Europe, are flexible enough to implement those standards in a timely way, but more important also in a timely way that is consistent with other jurisdictions and at the same time preserves this level playing field in the regulations while allowing the markets to continue to compete and develop smoothly.
Now, the European Banking Authority has run an annual benchmarking exercise on market risk for quite a few years now. But going forward, there probably won't be enough banks using internal models to run that benchmarking. Do you see risks on so many banks relying on the standardized approach? And what do you think could be done to improve the adoption of internal models?
Well, it's absolutely true that the information that we are receiving from banks is that the number of banks that are likely to use the internal models in the context of market risk is likely to be small. It's important for us first to realize that Europe has always been very keen in making sure that there is preserved risk sensitivity within the prudential standards, and in particular that the use of internal models continues to be a possibility. So although I would say that part of the intended consequences of the reform of Basel was to emphasize more the value of standardized models, to penalize the improper use of internal models that we have seen in the past and that have led us to difficult situations. It's also to preserve the use of internal models. So we will continue to work to try to make sure that we provide adequate information, that we calibrate those models appropriately, so as their use continues to be an option that the banks may want to consider and hopefully will consider.
Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure.